Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a first impressions on the new Wet n Wild contour and highlight palettes. I know I've seen a lot of buzz about these online and I've seen a lot of other reviews on them already, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents. These are only like $4.99 each. I got both dulce de leche and caramel toffee because I really like the yellow powder in here. Whoa. I really like the yellow powder in this one as opposed to like just the cream color in this one, but I like the contour shade a little better in this one. So they are different tones, but I would totally use this shade as a bronzer as well. I would use all these shades for something. I'm going to be applying it on my face. I'm going to show you guys how it applies and what I think about the texture and things like that. And then later on I'm going to do some swatches and compare it to my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette because that's what I've been using, and it is a high-end product, and if we can find a drugstore alternative that's like just as good, then that'd be awesome. So we're going to test it out today and I'm going to see what I think. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And if you're wondering about my makeup today, it's because the Chiefs is playing in the playoffs. Let's go Chiefs! One thing about these that I noticed right away is how powdery it is. See, I just dipped in there and it kind of flew everywhere. It might pose a problem because it could get into the lighter shade, but if you just blow it off, it should come right off. Make sure you tap off the excess as well because it is very pigmented. I have worn them actually twice so far, and those are things that I've noticed. So I'm taking the contour shade from Dulce de Leche and I am just going to contour my face. Like I normally would. Yes, these are really powdery, but I do think that the powdery texture makes it easier to blend. So that is not a bad thing at all. I just go in circular motions after I've kind of laid down where I want it. I'm going to hit the jawline too. Contour my nose as well. Like I said, I do like this shade here in the Dulce de Leche palette because it is a lot more cool tone than the one in the caramel toffee palette. And for me, I mean, it's definitely a personal preference thing, but for me, I like a cooler contour because, you know, shadows are cool. And then I like to use warmer tones to, you know, just bronze and maybe tan up my face a little. This shade is ashy, but it's not too ashy to where you look, you know, muddy. So I do really like this shade selection here. Now this shade, if I were to highlight under my eyes with that, I would look like a ghost, I feel like. So it's a little too light for me. But if you're very fair-skinned, or just not very fair-skinned, but if you're more fair-skinned than me, it would probably work okay for you because it wouldn't look so stark under there. But for me and anyone past my skin tone, like anyone tanner, I think you need to go with the other color. And I do like the other color, the yellow, because it's a lot more brightening than a white. But, well, they're both brightening, but yellow is more like of a natural looking bright. I'm just talking away. I like to take some down my neck just to even it all out. Okay, so you can see right there, really pigmented, really easy to blend. I'm going to take a bit of a bigger brush here and blend it further. You see, it's not too patchy or anything. Some patchy spots, but you can fix them easily just by blending. And I really like this tone, like I mentioned. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the yellow from this palette and I'm going to brighten up underneath my eyes. I already lightly set that area with a translucent powder, but I really like to use pressed powders to like brighten up that area rather than like set the concealer because pressed powders can get a little more cakey looking under there. I prefer like a translucent powder and I just use a light amount of a translucent powder. But I'm taking it on my beauty blender. You see how much product already came off. Woohoo, Nelly. I'm just going to pat that right in this area under here and work it up to those shadows I have. Now this powder, for my preference, might be even a little too yellow, but I may go in on top of it with the more beige shade in the other palette just to even it out, just to give it a more neutral color. Man, they weren't playing around, eh? As you can see, it's very brightening. Very pigmented. I'm actually very impressed with how pigmented it is. The only thing is, because it's so powdery, it doesn't like adhere to the skin very well. You can kind of just like dust it right off, but you can always set it with like a setting spray and that'll definitely help. Now I'm going to go in with the more beige color and just go right on top of that to kind of neutralize the color a bit. See, that looks a little less strange than the bright yellow. And I take out my chin, my forehead, and down my nose. And then I'm going to take a mixture of the beige and the yellow again, and I'm going to clean up under my contour, and then I'm going to blend out my contour a little more and warm up the face a tad more with the more warm contour shade right here. I'm actually so impressed. Like, look how pigmented that is, and it's, what, $5? $5. That's dope, guys. You see that? You see that? Ooh. Got a little crazy. Ooh. Okay guys, so my camera died real quick, but we're going to continue on. I went ahead and blended out this baking action here, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit more again, just because I want it where I want it. And then I'll blend it out some more. Like so. Now I don't really know if this is necessary, but I do want to show you what this color looks like on the skin, so I'm going to dab into that and kind of warm up my face a little more with that. Woohoo! You see how pigmented that is? Guys, these are actually pretty beautiful powders. Like, dwam. That gives a really nice, just like sun-kissed look. Wow. Okay. Yes, girl. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and like highlight my face, and I'll come back for the final verdict. Okay, so I wanted to show you these Wet n Wild shades next to some of my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette shades. As you can see, the most ashy tone in the Kat Von D palette is a lot more ashy than the Wet n Wild one, and honestly I really do enjoy how ashy this one is for contouring, but you can only use like a tiny bit or it will look kind of muddy and dirty and strange. But these Wet n Wild shades are a little on the warmer side. Like I said, this one's a little more warm than this one, though they do look similar in the swatches. The two yellow shades look pretty similar, although the Kat Von D one I think is a little bit of a paler yellow here. I think it's a bit of a paler yellow, and yeah, the Wet n Wild one's a lot more yellow. In terms of like just the cream shades, they look pretty much the same. Consistency wise, these higher end ones, the Kat Von D ones, definitely are more creamy and still very blendable, but the Wet n Wild ones are blendable. They're just a little bit more powdery and kind of chalky, but then again, they are $5. I would say if you are looking for a contour palette and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I'd say these are definitely worth your money. Get one, get both. Either way, it's only going to cost you $10, whereas the Kat Von D one was like, ooh, I got a hair, was like $46, which is kind of up there. And I don't really want to repurchase a $46 palette if I can find alternatives that do the job pretty much the same. I do think if you are just wanting to get into contouring and highlighting and just want to kind of play around and don't want to spend a lot of money right off the bat, I also think these Wet n Wild palettes are a good idea for you. If you are used to high-end products and you just want to see if they hold a candle to them, I say go ahead and try them out because they're super affordable. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think of these products if you have tried them in the comments down below. And if you like this video, if you like first impressions and want to see more, please give this video a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you would like to. I would really appreciate it. You'll get to see all the new videos I put out. You'll be alerted when they come out, and yeah, it would mean a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.